Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charific here coming at you with another Pokemon movie analysis. And in this one, well, first things first, my boy Weeby is still here chilling with me.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Weeb Rabbit, aka Young Tarzan, because, well, you guys will see how it's relevant in a moment. But yes, just keep that in
Yes,
mind for now. Remember all you've seen of Tarzan, especially the Disney version. There's some parallels here, so you'll see that in a moment. But go
yes.
on.
Okay, and in this movie analysis, we're going to be going over Pokemon the movie, Secrets of the Jungle. And boy, oh boy, does this jungle contain some secrets. So, movie starts off. There's a pack of Zarude or Zarude, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to say Zarude because I don't know, that seems easier for me. Or Zarude. That sounds stupid. I'm going to call him Zarude, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
even in Japanese, well, I mean, I don't know what they call them in Japanese, but even in
mm,
Japanese, they wouldn't just end with the D. They would
yeah.
probably call them like maybe if they use the same name, it would be something like Zarude or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
so I'm gonna
you
call
know.
him Zarude, and there's a whole pack of them, and then there's one that is, off chilling, exploring, sees a baby, brings the baby back, and the elder of the pack is like, "Hey, yeah, no, man," because they all live in this special tree, I think it's the heart tree, and the elder's like, "No, this land is just for the Zarude. Uh, Baby has to just go and die." And he's like, "Hey man, that's messed up. Well, if he can't live here, then I won't live here." So he goes and raises him. He names him Coco, and Coco calls him Dada. So that's how we're gonna differentiate him.
Yeah,
And
so he's Dada Zarude or
yes,
Dada. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, just a real quick thing though. The funny part is you kind of mix two things together. The elder is actually not that he's actually more chill about the whole thing. He's kind of
Oh, was
like,
he?
hey, outsiders shouldn't really belong here. You should probably go like find get rid of the kid. But he's not like super. It's one of the other Zarude that's just super hot-headed. And the
Oh,
moment
yep, sure
Dada
was.
shows up with Coco, he acts like he like betrayed them and he like doomed their species. He's
Yeah,
like, what are you doing with that thing? Get rid of it, this and that. And like Zaruda is just kind of like, yo, it's a baby. And
yeah,
I'm literally here to ask the elder what I should do. I'm
yeah,
asking for his advice. And like, he's like, okay, why don't I just like go like bring him back to his people? And that Zaruda is just like freaking the hell out. So I just
yeah.
thought that was funny.
Okay, yeah,
Elder was
yeah, yeah.
honestly
You're
pretty
right.
chill
You're
about
right.
it. Just want to throw that out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. The elder was fine, but he couldn't find his parents for a reason we'll find out later, and and he decides to raise him as his own. Names him Coco. His name is Dada, and 10 years go by, and he's out chilling. They actually end up saving some Pokemon because they give them some food that the others already were trying to hog because I guess food is becoming scarce, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, no, that's not right. We need to share." And they're like, "Ah, shut up." But they help the Pokemon out, and Coco's off exploring, doing his thing. He ends up falling over a waterfall, and Ash saves him because, of course, he does. Ash is the main character. He brings him to the city.
Oh,
Uh,
quick thing before that, just to kind of
yes.
plant the things about Coco and his heritage and all that. Um, Even though he's lived these 10 years with Dada, he's been pretty happy, loves his Dada, loves the jungle, all this stuff. Similar to Tarzan, this is where the Tarzan thing comes in. He's always felt that he doesn't belong because he does notice that he doesn't have Pokemon powers. And he
Yes.
notices that the Zarude don't seem very happy with him. So
Yes.
it's because of this issue and not fitting in and feeling that Zarude isn't being honest with him, that's where he runs away and goes over the waterfall. Just want to, put that, just put a little
Yes.
pin in that. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. So keep that in mind. And also, he understands that, like we said, he is different. He can't use the special powers. And I think Dada gets around it by going, "Oh, you're Coco, you're that's what you are," or something like that, uh, to try to like quell him and his questions. And so then we go forward, and in the city, and keep in mind, since he's lived with Pokemon his whole life, he can't speak whatever the Pokemon language is. I mean, the human language is
Oh my
human.
God. Hold on. Okay.
So,
Hold on. I need to address this real quick. Okay. This is the
yes,
part that really confused me. In
yes,
any other movie, the Pokemon talk through telepathy, right?
yes,
Even though it feels super overused, did Pokemon always talk through telepathy?
Yes.
Here, it's really strange because when the Zarude are talking, we can understand them. It looks like they're literally talking, human language. And at first, you would think, okay, because Coco knows Pokemon language, we're seeing it through his eyes. And so that's why the Zarude are talking. But we find out he can talk to all Pokemon, but the other Pokemon are still making Pokemon noises.
I've never thought about that.
So
You
that's
are
so
right.
weird. Because if it's supposed to be that, okay, we're seeing it from his point of view, he should see all the Pokemon talking human language. And then when it's like, okay, he's like around Ash or other humans, it should be like, okay, now he doesn't understand them, right? Because it's not his point of view anymore. But no,
Yeah.
literally, Zarude, we always understand what they're saying. It's always human language. It's literally like human, voice actors speaking in human. Well, because it depends on the
Yeah.
language you're watching it in. But
Yes.
speaking in English, right? But then the other Pokemon are still speaking Pokemon gibberish.
Yeah, you're
What's the
so
explanation
right.
there? Isn't that
Yeah.
stupid?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, but do you know how many voice actresses that they would need? But I don't care, dang it, you should have been committed. Like,
Yeah,
no,
like why
if he can
not? You
speak
have the budget for
Pokemon,
it. It's a
then yeah,
movie. You can use the budget for it, right? And especially because again, it doesn't have to be all moment. It could have just been when Coco's directly talking to them or directly talking to him.
yeah, that's true. Um, and so yes, and Coco's freaking out because he's like, "Yo, what the heck are you guys? Never seen you before. What are you?" And Pikachu calms him down, and Pikachu's like, "Hey, yo, yeah, no, this is Ash. He's a good guy. He's cool." And so at that
Or at
point,
least we have to imply, because
yes,
again, we don't get to see we don't get to see what Pikachu's saying, which is like really stupid. But anyway.
yeah. And so I think at that point, what they find, what is it, um,
Oh no, Ash found it earlier before he met Coco. Actually, I just remember that.
okay, so either way, they are trying to figure out
Just
this whole
continue.
like bio.
Just continue with it. We'll insert it later when it's relevant. For
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
what you need to know is Ash had met some people earlier. We'll get back to it. For now, he took Coco back to the city, to the clinic, hospital thing. Coco's freaking out because he doesn't know nothing about humans. However, Pikachu calms him down. So him and Ash start hanging out.
Yes, and Coco reveals his abilities. There's this like construction people. There's a phalanx that gets stuck in this little tower thing, and Coco is the only one because he can like sense them or whatever, or can hear him, and saves them, and then it's all happy, fun times, and then everything's all good, and then at that point we move on to go.
Coco needs to go home, right?
Yes,
So
he
he
needs to
goes
go
back
home.
home and Ash follows him. And
Yes.
when he follows him into the jungle, Zarude's there because Zarude had noticed that Coco was missing. I think some little one of the Pokemon I think that Coco hangs out with told them or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Zarude had been worried about Coco. And so when Coco shows up with Ash and Pikachu, Zarude shows up. He's freaking out. He's mad at Coco, asking him why he went away, this and that. And this is where I had said, keep that little pin or whatever. Coco says, I'm a human, aren't I? I always knew that I was different, that I didn't fit in with the, Pokemon, that I'm not a Zarude. Why did you keep that from me? And so Zarude finally admits, you're right. You are a human. I didn't want to hurt you. That's why I raised you as my own. All that good stuff. That's how that kind of circles back.
Yes, and then he takes him to pretty much like where he found him, and this basically little habitat type thing. And I think they find out that he's connected to the biothorpe. I need to figure out what their freaking name is.
It's biotrope. Biotrope.
Biotrope. Okay, thank you. Figure out he's connected
No,
to
actually, no. There's
biotrope.
no. I'm sorry. There's no R. It's biotope.
Okay,
So dumb.
okay, thank you.
Biotope.
Biotope. He's connected to Biotope. So they go
Yes, and that's where
back
I
to
was gonna
Biotope.
say. That's what I was gonna say to insert the thing from earlier we had missed. Before he met Coco, Ash ran across some researchers that were in the jungle doing research. There was
Yes.
a guy getting water samples. There was a girl with glasses. He saw their equipment, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now going back to the present day, when Zarude tells Coco, "These are your parents," and he shows them a picture, and they see the little habitat that has like equipment in it or whatever. That's when Ash says, "Some of this stuff looks familiar. I saw some of those people earlier. Their name is Biotope. That they're doing some research." Let's go ask them if they know anything about your parents and if they're connected.
Yes. And then they go back and they recognize him immediately, which, they always do that in the movies. But if you think about it, a baby changes so much from like a newborn to like a 10-year-old. So if you think about it, they probably shouldn't have recognized. But, movie magic. Anyway, Dr. Zed, the super nice, friendly guy, he recognized him as like, yeah, your name is Al. These are your parents. They were researchers with us. They died in a car crash. We don't know what happened. We thought that you died too, along with their research and whatnot. And, Al is sad because he, wanted to find his parents and they're dead. He can't get them back. But they find out that, they're trying to find this heart tree because it has, magical properties and energy and whatnot. And they are, trying to get that because, they want to help the world with it. But I think Coco's wary. He knows that that's where the Zarude are, and basically he runs off to go back because I think he's freaking out. He's overwhelmed, and he goes back to the heart tree. And he's
I
just
hate calling it the
chilling.
heart tree. It's not even what it's called in this movie. It's called the great tree.
The
But
great tree.
equivalent, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's just
it's
funny you're
fine.
always referring to that. That's really funny. Anyway.
But anywho, they go back, and all of a sudden, Biotope is there, and they're using these tank mech suits. I mean, these like mech suits or whatever, and they're trying to make their way down there.
And
Um,
it's like, oh, what's this? Dr. Zed put a tracking chip on me, says Coco. What is happening? Why are they here? Why were they tracking me?
yes. Hey man, it is the heart tree. I looked it up. It's the heart tree.
It says great tree. Ah, whatever. Who
Yeah,
cares?
but anywho, but yeah, no, and they're doing their thing, and Dr. Zed, he doesn't want them interfering, and Team Rocket is also helping them. They first tried to enter. We didn't mention this, but they tried to infiltrate it to steal things for Giovanni, and they get caught. And he's
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
that's
yo,
what I was
you're
gonna
gonna help
say.
me."
It's the usual Team Rocket thing where they
Yeah,
always infiltrate, they're always hanging out, looking for what to steal, that sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So yeah, all you need to know is at some point they had overheard some stuff, infiltrated, Biotope and
yes.
posed as scientists, and so they're here.
Yes, and
It's usual Team
so
Rocket stuff.
yeah, 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 and so Doctor Zed doesn't want them interfering. He locks Coco and Ash and Pikachu up in the back of a van, and his researchers are starting to be like, hey, you should chill, man. You're starting to go a bit too far. It's like, shut up. We're doing this for the good of humanity and whatnot. We got to go get this tree,
And then he
and
starts firing missiles at it, making holes in
yes.
it. So it's like, okay then.
Yes, and then he starts to get unhinged. And then Team Rocket, they also realize that this man is not right. They actually free Ash and his friends. And,
Inadvertently, as
yes,
they do,
inadvertently,
they
they're trying to
bumble into
steal
it.
Pikachu, but, they end up freeing him at the same time. And then they decide to, let them go so that they can all just do their own thing, right? And so basically, they're trying to stop him. He's still got this mech suit going. And get this, man, the darkest thing in Pokemon. We find out that this guy, his parents found out where the heart tree was, but for the greater good, they were like, hey, yeah, no, humanity should leave it alone. This is for the Pokemon. They use the tree, they rely on it. If we go and do too much, the tree will die and it'll affect, the whole area. He's like, hey, yo, screw that. We can use this for ourselves. And he's actually the one that caused the car accident and killed them. And he thought that he killed Owl too, but luckily, just like baby Moses, they put him in a little basket and send him down the river. And so he survived. They died, but he just thought that their research died with them. And that's why he was actually excited that Owl came back, which is why he put the tracker on him. So, this dude is dark. I think this is the only confirmed villain or character in Pokemon in general to have willingly killed someone. Like
Yeah, I think you're right
specifically
because people have
killed
died.
someone.
People have died, right?
Yeah,
We
people
we've
have
seen death
died.
before, and people
Yes.
have done some pretty crazy stuff. But this
Yes.
dude like literally caused a death. I mean,
Yes.
two deaths, which he thought was three deaths. So
Yeah.
that's
Like
pretty up there. That's pretty up there. Goddamn.
yeah, I know, man. And so at this point, people start working against them. The Zarude start helping as well, and they with the scientists, since they're helping, they're like, yeah, no, there's a basically a kill switch on the back or whatever. And so with their help, they activate the kill switch. It gets shut down, but not before Dada gets injured, right? And they're all celebrating, but Coco's like, yo, where's Dad at? And he's basically is going to the tree to die. And he's like, no, I can't live without you. I love you and all that. I'm going to heal you with, my special move. And he's like, you can't do that. You're a human, not a Pokemon. And he's like, no, I am a Zarude. And then the tree responds, it heals him. It is a fantastic moment. It is so emotional. It is just a great culmination of things. And
It was
then,
actually pretty. It was pretty good because you had
yes,
seen all these Pokemon. That was the secret of the jungle. In case you're wondering about the title, they
yes.
use the tree and they use the water and they can connect with nature to heal Pokemon and grow trees and all sorts of stuff with the land. And so the fact that this kid actually does it and the jungle actually responds to him is pretty good. It was like,
I mean,
goddamn, that
it,
was
it
actually pretty
is.
cool.
Yeah, no, it is fantastic. And so, in response, Dr. Zed gets arrested. Coco's like, hey, I'm going to go off on my own because, I want to be the connection between humans and Pokemon and build that bond. And at first, because obviously he wants to go on his dreams, Dad has like, yeah, you know what? Go. You're not fit here anyway. He gets all sad. And and basically Dada set up a going away party that basically makes some fireworks for him that he sees, and he realizes that, oh, he does support me on this. And he actually, like, we didn't mention it, but there's like these special berries or whatever that they like to eat together. He packed him some of those. It was just a nice sweet moment.
A
And
nice little send off, right? Like there's
yeah.
others Zarude respect him now because of how he not only got the jungle to respond to him, right? Like magical
Mm-hmm.
wise, but also the fact that he connected human and Pokemon and all the humans, they saw they're not that bad. They're actually helping to restore the forest and they got rid of the bad guy and all these
Yeah.
things. So just the Zarude respect him. His dad is happy for him. Coco's going to go off on an adventure of his own to, explore the human world. Ash is going to do his own thing that he usually does.
Yes.
Awesome
I
ending.
mean, yeah, no, like, and honestly, I mean, we're gonna talk about this a little bit later, but if this is the last Pokemon movie, they did it right. I mean, the characters are good, not too many of them. There were actual stakes. The villain was phenomenal. The emotional bits were actually worth something. And yeah, no, and it was just a really good plot, directed well, good amount of action. It was a very fantastic movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
really
up
liked
there.
it. Like it's not super original. That's
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
Tarzan stuff comes in. We've seen stories about child raised by animals, believe he's one of them until, humans come in. He has to protect his home from the humans. We've seen that before.
Hmm.
Honestly, it's kind of funny how much parallels it has to Tarzan. Literally, if you've seen the Disney one where Tarzan is always putting his hand up against Jane's
Yes.
and they're like comparing hands, Coco and Ash do that. So I was like, huh, does that make Ash Coco in this situation? Kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of parallels to Tarzan, but even then, it's very well done. Even though it's not like
Yes.
super original,
Hmm.
very well done. Everything Terrific said, I really liked it. I had a fun time with it. I rank it pretty high up there.
Yeah.
In our out of the movies we've seen, I really really liked it. I don't know. It's just what else can I say about it? I really recommend it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Can't say
no.
that for all of these, but this one I really recommend.
Yeah.
And as you said, if it really is like the last one, it was a good return to form. Comparing it to like where we started with the first movie and stuff. So
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go, guys. There go our opinions. And I mean, there's no real reason to go. I mean, because we've said what we liked about it. I mean, it's just a top tier Pokemon movie, and just leaving it as simple as that. Um, so, I guess with that, if you're wondering about where the future of the series goes, we do still technically have one more Pokemon movie to review. And Weeb Rabbit, do you want to tell them what movie that is?
alrighty. So if you've been paying attention, we've gone through all the animated movies. However, something very special happened. Well, at this point, it feels like it's been a while ago.
Yeah, it
Something
has.
very special happened a while ago where they finally said, hey, we're going to do a Pokemon live action movie, a little movie called Detective Pikachu. So like we said, since we don't know if there's going to be any movies in the future, I mean, this is the kind of the end for now.
Yeah.
The little grand finale is going to be let's cover Detective Pikachu, the first live action movie in the Pokemon series. So that is what we're going to do next time.
Yes. So if you guys are ready for that, then make sure you stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe to let me know that you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, if you have some criticisms, I mean, hit the dislike button and leave a comment down below. I love the feedback, and I love hearing the different opinions that people have. Check out Weeb Rabbit. No idea what we're doing at this point, but I'm sure it's fun. I mean, I'm like
Probably
I'm,
right.
I'm
There you
sure that
go.
he's exposing me to a new game that I haven't heard of, so that's always fantastic. And I guess with that, I will see you for what may be the last Pokemon movie analysis. Bye.
Later.